Hey everyone, we are live again. Obviously, just went live before. If you're watching this, we are announcing the $1,000 giveaway that was from our cost of living podcast comments. There's been over 100 people that have commented, which has been absolutely elite. But we will be giving away $2,100 instead of $1,000 here on this live. So we have 9 winners. We've decided to not give it to just the one person who has the standout comment, which will be announced last. They'll win the grand. But there's been some other winners who you may have seen on our story, and we'll be announcing those now, reading through some of the comments. So thank you for everyone who did comment. We appreciate all of the support. It's been easily our most positive feedback podcast, if that's the way to describe it. It's got the most views within 4 days of any podcast that we've ever posted, and it's good to see so many people giving us some feedback around how they've tried to sort of beat the cost of living with the way that they're going about things. So great stuff. So let's get into it. On YouTube, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So let's just get into that one now so we can actually see what I'm doing, and then you'll be able to actually read the comments with me. Bear with me if you're watching this on Instagram. I will be reading through the comments. We did have one standout comment. As I said, they'll win the $1,000. They'll be announced last. But if you did comment, unfortunately, if your name doesn't come out here, you didn't win anything, but we appreciate your comment nonetheless. So going into the comments, we have in 9th place, you're going to win $100. So if I read out your comment, do send us a DM. So just scrolling down to find this one. All right, so let's get my notes up. Here we go. All right, Kev. Might need, here we go. Sick. All right. So $100 for this comment. Kevin, he says, I'm addicted to learning, but I struggle to take action. So to beat the cost of living, I started learning about this stuff from the free content. Then I went through the free course and smashed through it in my spare time. Then I joined the platinum course with a credit card and have no idea when I'll pay that back, lol. But I've smashed through platinum on repeat every day for a couple of weeks now, and I'm ready to go into the horse system once I figure out my capital. Regardless, the system will get me through the cost of living crisis because I'm finally taking action. I'm not even here for the prize. I'm just grateful to have found you guys. So if you are Kevin, you just won $100. Great work. We're going to have 8 more people that will be winning a prize in a second. So good work. If anyone is Kevin, feel free to DM us and collect your $100. Moving on to the next one. Okay, another one who was a really good comment. I think this is the one. Yep. Learn with Mr. C. He says, I've actually come back to this potty twice over. I've actually come back to this potty twice over. So here I am again. What's keeping most people poor? Most, not that single parent or the similar extremes, is comfort and ignorance. I have no doubt people around us bought a house at 2% rates, not planning for the interest rate to shoot up. They then max out a credit card for points, have a car financed, and pay as you go. I also think too many people are scared to look silly when they start a hustle or produce content. Tom said this in the podcast from memory. Ask your grandparents if they'd rather build some skills from home as opposed to working 2 to 3 jobs. I know times are different, but it's comfort that's a silent killer for most. He actually had another comment, which I think was the one that we actually chose. I'm going to find that one. Give me 2 secs. It was actually better than that one, but that was also a good one. Here he is again. He says, I help people find new careers, and the big request is find me a job where I can work less but get paid more. I say sure, but there has to be a season of hard work to get there. And 2% of people say, yes, let's do it. It's a comfort crisis for the majority. So good work, Mr. C. You've won $100. Great work. Moving on. Let me just grab my notes. I have another one. We are looking for Mr. Booth. Where are you, Mr. Booth? Here you are, right in the middle. He says, combating the cost of living crisis, I'm spending more time investing in myself in my free time rather than wasting it. I took the time to learn all the platinum content over the last 5 to 6 weeks. I joined the horse system as soon as I finished platinum, currently 9 to 10 days. Every cent of that $1,000 would be added straight to my bankroll as an investment, determining it as ever at the moment. Either or, looking forward to the rest of the year, learning as the days and weeks go on and making more money along the way. So James, you've also won $100. Great stuff. Message us if you are James. So that's 3, I think, or 4. 3 out of 8. Give me a sec. I'm just working up the list. Next. Is there any comments, Tom? All good. All right, Mr. Lachlan H, you know who you are. You've been obviously one of our really good engagers on our YouTube for the past 6 months. Good stuff. He said, personally, I'm surrounded by people that complain about their financial situation 24/7, but little or none is done about it. And I myself was one of those people up until a couple of months ago when I pulled my head out and got back on the grind for finding a second income, match betting, which in the space of 3 months has made me a lot more free with my situation and has allowed me to be in a position I definitely wouldn't be in without match betting. I'm about to invest in a property at the age of 20 with the knowledge and skills I've learned from these boys, and it took almost a year for me to full on utilize all the resources the system gave me. Love the chat and different perspectives from the pod. Lots of life lessons and habits that are taught in the pod here. Nick's debut was elite. Would love to see more from him. So good work, Lachlan. You've also won $100. Great stuff. I will send you a DM as well this week to get back to some of the stuff you've sent me. Moving on. Next we have, that one. Let me just find this one. Oops. This one's hiding. There we go. Right in the middle again. This one is from Darren X3V. He says, the way I am combating this is creating a budget and then sticking to it. It wasn't easy at the start, but eventually it really started to work out and get me on track to be in places I wanted to be and had to work for it. I highly advise everyone to consider this, and also not only that, but to follow the tips these lads are giving, because it's not just one way that's going to get you through it. You guys are also a main reason I've been able to adapt with the little side hustle of match betting and everything else. Good work, Darren. You've also won $100. We have one more. Actually, I think I've butchered it, haven't I? Kevin was supposed to have won. Have I already done Kevin, Tom?
Doing a billion other things.
No, all good. Kevin, you actually, I'll explain in a second what's going on there. All good. You were supposed to have won 250. So if you were Kevin, you've now won 250 instead of 100. Great work. Fill up for you, Kev. If that's the Kevin I think it is, maybe you're the guy who came up to me at the gym like 2 months ago. So that was a really good comment. All right, K-Rad, $100. Eliminating or swapping out things in my life that aren't providing my life with value or education or upskilling me as a human. Lots of these resolve around just being some sort of entertainment and distracting me in the short term. Mindless scrolling on social media, seeing what other people are doing in their lives rather than focusing on what I should be doing. Binge watching series or videos just to find something that gives me short-term joy. I can go on and list more activities like this. If I can keep in mind just how many hours I waste doing these sorts of activities and get myself to develop skills that will actually benefit my circumstances in life, match betting being one of them, then I am on the right track of focusing on what I have control over during the so-called cost of living crisis. Stay average and suffer for longer, or learn and develop during the tough times, and you will have the experience and mindset that when things get grindy or tough, then it's just a call for you to level up and become the next version of yourself. I know which one I much prefer. That's an elite comment. Talking about deleting the shit that holds you back, and obviously not being a victim and actually going through and taking action rather than just hoping shit falls into place. That's elite, K-Rod. Also $100 for you. Reminder, if you are still watching, Kevin, you won 250, not 100. So we're up to the last $100 winner. And then we're getting into someone who's won 250, and then it will be the big gorilla for the person who's won the $1,000. Okay, let's find this one. This one was from, if I find it, it should pop up on the screen. There it is. This one was from ADHD Pingle. What I'm doing to combat the cost of living crisis goes back to what JP said earlier in the video. The amount of money you can save is capped, but the amount you can earn can always be increased. This has a lot to do with why I joined the horse system and the platinum squad in the first place. From the skills I've learned over the past 7 or 8 months, I've managed to earn a bit extra on top of my normal salary to help balance out the inflation and also give myself more financial freedom and disposable income. The more I continue to do this and the greater my knowledge and experience gets, then the greater the compound effects will be. That's elite. Again, someone who's been in the community for 8 months, really reaping the rewards of changing his mindset, learning skills, stacking knowledge, skill, experience is a cheat code. If you do this, you ultimately learn how to make more money. And when you can learn how to make more money, then as he said, and as I said in the podcast, you can't actually, there's a cap on how much you can save, but there's not a cap on how much you can earn. And I think I'd strongly challenge you to think like this. Tom also said it in the podcast. He said, people think with that, the first instinct is to like save, to go into that scarcity mindset of like, I need to save. I need to spend less. You can do that, of course, if you're spending too much, but you can only save a certain amount. Like there are bills and expenses that you have to pay, right? So you can do that and definitely do that first, get rid of your spending problem, but then learn to earn more. Learn skills that'll help you earn more because that'll bridge the gap better. But yeah, good comment there by the Pingle, $100. Moving on to the two, Kevin already was one of the 250 winners. The other winner was someone who has been very busy over the past couple of hours sending... Fucking Jackson. Someone who's been very busy over the past couple of hours, I reckon, just sending his vote when he saw his name on the story, I reckon, to a couple of group chats to get a couple of votes on the story. But we like to reward people who think outside the box. So a long-term member of our community, Hugh, you have won $250. So he said, just over 18 months ago, my family and I had the chance to move 2 hours away to save money and live a bit easier. We made the sacrifice of living closer to friends and family and the extra commute to work for me. I used this extra commute to learn and improve myself. I could probably do more. This allowed me to take a pay cut 12 months ago to take a trainee position in a better role. I've almost completed the traineeship and will be earning near 50% more than I was before I started this. And it will open up further career pathways down the road. I've invested in avenues where my knowledge was poor to grow myself and my family to a clearer and better future. I've used my profits, match betting to compound my money and learn new skills. Opportunities present themselves for everyone. You just have to take the leap. So yeah, great work, Hugh. You've won $250. Great stuff. Now, for anyone watching, I don't know if there's any comments on YouTube. Fuck, there's heaps, actually. I've not read any of them. Tom's obviously responding to them. Great stuff, Tom. I've just seen them all now. Yeah, anyway, great stuff. Is that humongous? No, it's not humongous. That's elite, though. There's a few hues you could use. There's a few huges as well that you could use, but we won't go there. There he is. Hugh Janus himself has won the 250. You can see no, all good. All right, let's announce the winner. Okay, we're going to find the winner. I'm going to scroll through the comments instead of just searching. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see my screen, but I will scroll through and find him. This one was so far ahead of them all that it didn't even get to on the story because, funnily enough, I sent it into our group chat this week to Tom and Steve. I said, this guy has won already. And Steve just sent a message before, not knowing that we'd done the competition already in the office, and he said the same thing. So elite stuff by this individual. I'll tell you about his story in a second. I'm just scrolling through the comments to find him. There he is. All right. Matthew, elite stuff, mate. Obviously, I'm going to read this comment out now. So, Matthew B, he said, good podcast, lads. The reality sits somewhere between JP's hardline and Nick's chill. Nick touched on to an extent that Australians have had it easy. I'm sure if you interviewed Mauro, he would agree that life in Australia is easy compared to life elsewhere. Australians are far too comfortable and far too reluctant to do anything more than the bare minimum. Australia has changed since I started working. I'm sounding like an old man now. 40 hours is considered a big week of work for most people. The constant reference to work-life balance, the inability to sacrifice instant gratification for long-term goals are frustrating to me. I think it's partially due to the rise of social media and FOMO of the general public. 30 years of stable, strong economy, the rise of the middle-class welfare and ease of gaining credit cards. And the ease of gaining credit cards and buy now, pay later options. This crisis will get worse. Likely interest rate rise to come in the next couple of months and more job losses to come in the next 6 to 12 months as businesses come under increased pressure. I'm older and in a better position than most. And to be honest, cost of living isn't particularly affecting me. But I can see the effect on the population at large. What I did do, which has put me in good stead, is work hard, invest into passive income streams, retire non-tax effective debt ASAP. These are bigger picture and 10-year timeline. My suggestions for younger viewers would be work hard and make yourself valuable in your workplace so you are less likely to be resold. Is that a typo or is that? It's like dissolve, get rid of. Yeah, fair enough. Like get rid of, like just deleted. Yeah. Grind a second income of some sort, any sort. Don't be afraid to work 50 to 60 hours a week. Hard work and discipline beats talent every day of the week. Those that want to achieve something will find a way. I think his last sentence literally sums up what we preach here. If you want to make shit happen, you'll make it happen. Simple as that. There's no fucking luck. If your plan involves luck, as Hormozy would say, it's a shit plan. So do shit that doesn't involve luck and make sure that you put yourself in a position where you can't lose because you just win on effort and win on volume and whatever else. But great work, Matthew. Funnily enough, Matthew is someone who was part of that big influx into the mentorship program back in May. He's an older individual who decided to take an opportunity. In fact, he's a funny one because when he joined, it was a bit random. Like he said, he's very good financially, but it seems like Matt is someone who wants to always learn. It's like a bit of a challenge for him. So he's like, yeah, cool, get me into the mentorship program. Lenny flew up, interstate team, and he onboarded him in May. And honestly, he's sent us back some really cool descriptions of Matthew. The way he says he's a good bloke. He's a legend. So it seems like Matthew's made a good life for himself by just simply working hard. So congratulations, Matthew. You don't need the money, but clearly you've won the $1,000. And this is what we don't want to give this money to people who are just like needing it or anything like that. We're giving it to the best comment here. And it shows that if you are someone who ruthlessly goes about life in a way that you just make yourself successful, you get rewarded. And those rewards will just keep coming when you lay enough foundations in the right places. So great work, Matthew. For everyone else who commented, thank you for commenting. We appreciate it. We're trying to grow our social media channels and we appreciate everyone who likes and comments and stuff like that. People who have commented many times in competitions, you may not have won one yet, but we'll keep doing them. So keep commenting. But if there's any questions about anything else before we jump off this live, hopefully you can all learn something. If you haven't watched the podcast, please watch it for your sake. I guarantee you'll learn something. If you don't, send us a bill for your time and we will send you an invoice and some money, but I guarantee you'll learn something. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any questions on Instagram that I can see, but there's your winners. So we've just given away $2,100. We were supposed to give away 1,000, but the 2,100 hopefully is rewarded and received well by the individuals who've won them, the 9 of you. If you haven't seen this, well, hopefully you do. We'll make sure you get it. But yeah, good work to you all. Any comments, Tom? Easy. All right. Well, if you have any comments on Instagram, I'm literally going to go off in the next 2 minutes. Unless anyone has any questions, we will leave it there. And same on YouTube. If you have any questions for me or Tom or anyone else, please do. What do we got? Wait, what's this? No offense to anyone, but why are the people winning without even answering the questions in the podcast? What are you doing to combat the cost of living crisis, but telling a life story? Yeah, I don't know, mate, but I think he did actually tell people how he was going to combat it. He literally said to work more and to put in more effort. I think that's a pretty good explanation, and that's why it won clearly by a mile. Any discount codes for someone who's about to join Platinum? Sammy, Rob, you've been on the YouTube for the past, I reckon, month every time I go live, and I've seen my DMs this week. So if you do want one, book a call or even just send a DM to the Instagram account, and we can sling you one if you're watching this. Is there any live codes, Tom, for anyone who wants to use one tonight? Can we make one up?
Yeah, I can make one up.
Make a 5 off code for make it.
I'll do one better. I'll do 100 off. Live 100 expires tonight midnight.
There we go. Live 100. Put that into the Platinum Squad checkout. It'll expire tonight at midnight. So you save yourself $100. Join the 1,210 Platinum Squad members. That is rapidly growing. Chloe, welcome. Nice, Sammy. That'll get made in the next 4 minutes. Whenever Tom, if his fingers are fast, he should be done within a minute. Is that done?
Yeah, it's good until midnight.
Good until midnight, Sam.
Live 100.
Anyone got any questions? There's still 23 of you on YouTube. I'll give you 5 more minutes. If you've got any questions, fire away. Otherwise, I'm heading off. Chicken Pickens reckons he's a paid actor just for the algo. Good work. I know you're not a paid actor as well. Great stuff. Anyway, on Instagram, I'm turning it off. I have a question. What's your question, Tom? Has Stephen taken that jacket off yet? What's that got tonight? Tip for tonight, Elliot. My tip for tonight is to not bet unless you have something that is going to win long term. Tom's tip for tonight, he always loves this one. What's your tip, Tom?
Be good to your mother.
Be good to your mother, he said. When's Tom coming up to here? Wemby wants to know, Tom. No,
Where?
to Queensland.
Yeah, I'm due.
He's due. Elliot, no, in all seriousness, man, if you're taking the piss, I don't know if you are. I don't know if you've done our free course, but a tip would be do the free course over the weekend. Like, honestly, if you're gambling and losing money, man, change your mindset. Wake yourself up. Get out of the rut. Stop donating to the bookie CEOs. Learn match betting. It's a cheat code. It's set up our lives. It's why we're here today. It's set up everyone else's life in the community right now that are making extra money off it. If you're not doing it in Australia, I hope you have millions of dollars because you should be doing it. J2G, whose mother? Where's the free course? Elliot, it's in the bio. Click on the bio and you'll find a link. It'll say like make 10K tax-free or something. That's the free course. If you have trouble finding it, just send us a DM. We'll send it to you personally. My tip for tonight is to take advantage of the double chance and turnover bonus at 90% if it loses. Yeah, are you a platinum member, Chicken Pickens, or nah? I don't think you are by that message. No such thing as tonight's, Wemby. We don't have tonight's. Tonight's are not real. Oh, you are a platinum member. Are you a sports system member or nah? You've made a video on it. A video on what? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Like Steve's video. Yeah, I got you. Anyway, I'm going to close this on Instagram. Well done to all the winners. Elliot, make sure you get that free course done, man. If you don't, well, you won't get the results. But if you do, you'll change your life. Goodbye to Instagram. Congrats to all the winners. See you next time. All right, YouTube, we still have... okay, it's Slade. Brother, yeah. I hope you're making a lot of money. All I can say is opportunities have passed you by and others have taken them. Take them. Maxi. That's Maxi's brother.
Yeah, unit.
How's the weights going? Will, yeah?
For breakfast.
Huh?
We ate Max for breakfast, actually.
Yeah, he'd probably eat both of us for breakfast. I reckon I've got him on the bench press, though. What do you bench, Will? Good work, Slados. No, good work. Are you still match betting? Are you, like, what are you turning over match betting? How many hours a week are you spending on your match betting? One Saturday Arvo on and off. That's it. Nice. Yeah, nice. Sounds like Fudge. Fudge is doing like 10 hours a week and he's making like 15 to 20 a month. I don't know if you're making that much though. All right. If you don't have any questions on YouTube, I will be closing it down and I'm going to go home and eat some food. What's funny?
Like you told him what you're gonna do.
Fuck, he's actually benches 120.
Yeah, of course you would bench more.
That's huge, brother. Give me like a month.
For one, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't do 1 RM though. Yeah, that's fair.
That's elite then.
I reckon I'd be in between 115 and 120. You got me covered, Will.
I'm 121, Will. Bad luck.
Tom reckons he's 121. Yeah, if he has a fucking 4 kilo bar, he might get that. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure if you haven't done the free course, do it. If you're not a Platinum Squad member, look to do that because you're sleeping if you're not. And if you are someone who wants to learn more, feel free to check the description. You'll find call links and whatever else. Book a free call in. Congrats to the winners. We'll send you all a message once you contact us and we'll send you the money tonight. Cheers.